Zap string.
When I tell you Ciaccona is cooked, it's not funny because the competition ain't even steep, brother. She is off the fucking mountain because look at Cartethyia. You got tiny mode, you got big mode. We got them both. Oh my god. And that's just part one. They recently just showed off the other character who I don't even know who the fuck this is. I don't care. But Lupa looked cool as hell. Some fiery gladiator looking bitch with a big ass spear. Like, Jesus Christ. And she gotta be fire. She gotta be. You can't just show me fire and she not be fire. I mean, come on now. All these flames and shit. I don't want to be on no Alchemy Star shit where a motherfucker show me lightning and then say, oh no, that's a water character. Like, nah, we ain't playing them games. She gotta be fire. She gotta be. 100% gotta be. And then, big head down here. You know, more than likely wind. For various reasons, but you know, we're just gonna look at the gusts that are going on in this amazing fucking art and say, yeah, she's probably wind. On top of that, she probably does have some obvious synergies with arrow erosion. Because yeah, that's kind of a little hotness going on right now. But yeah, it also has correlation to the weapon that we are going to also discuss as well. But yeah, no. Ciaccona who? Because it would be a really hard idea to try and go for her now when you have two bad bitches on the scene. Technically three, because there's a 2-in-1, but I really don't want to say Cartethyia's little kid form is bad bitch. You know, it feels kind of weird because she looked like a child, but Big Mama look good. Big Mama look good. But anyways, so we're going to talk about Ciaccona. So she isn't actually that bad because, well, you know, I went back, looked through the little thing, the live stream and everything else to, you know, see if I missed anything on her. But for the most part, she has a vortex that she can, you know, generate. She applies Spectral Frazzle and Arrow Erosion, so Arrow Rover can finally get some proper play with their entire kit instead of getting bits and pieces of it while you're trying to brute force them into every fight using, you know, Wind Echo sets with Sanhua. But anyways, yeah, so it allows Rover to actually be a character that's worthwhile, actually. And then she also, oh yeah, I was about to say, I was about to forget for a second. She also gives you arrow damage buffing. So yeah, real good stuff there. Now, I say that Cartethyia will probably win for two reasons. One, because she has literal wind. Look at it! Look at it! Look at it! Literal wind in the art. But secondarily, if we look at Gust of Welkin, you know, we all know that it says that little additional effect. That is the resonator with this echo equipped in the main slot gains an additional 10% arrow damage bonus. If the resonator is a rover arrow or question mark, grant them an additional, you know, 10%. And obviously this has correlation to the characters that this reminiscence is, you know, correlating to. In this case, Rover, and the other character would be Cartethyia. So yeah, one would believe that she is more likely win, and one would also hope to believe that she has some kind of, you know, synergy with arrow erosion. So yeah, we have some pretty good, you know, what is it, details or clues there to lead us in the right direction that Ciaccona might be a really good support for Cartethyia. Now, again, the only downside here is Cartethyia is in probably like the worst possible spot right now because she's after Zany, after her is Cartethyia, and then also Lupa, who I'm just gonna be honest, even though Ciaccona looks nice, you know, like a little mystical elf, cute little bard. Yeah, no, all the other competition just looks badass. Or just like a bad bitch. And like, it's really hard, you know, to really look at her and be like, yeah, I want you more than everybody else. Or to even try to fit her in to the pool plan when there's just so much heat coming, you know? So that's what makes this so hard. Now, I am curious about the Gust of Welkin, if it can stack. Because I know the effects of it is for teammates. I believe the actual Gust of Welkin set effect. Let me pull that up, actually. Yeah, I wonder if it could stack. I really do. If it does stack, it would be amazing. But also, I could definitely see them doing a additional add to the reminiscence of Fleur de Lis, because right now it only affects, well, Gust of Welkin. I can see them adding the heal set along with this, simply because it will allow Arrow Rover to get the healing effects of that set, but then also get the damage bonus of this set. That's the only reason why I'm asking if it actually stacks, because obviously Rover will want to use it, but then so would Ciaccona, but then also Fleur de Lis. So like, does it all stack? Do you just get all that arrow damage buff over and over again? Because if that's the case, that's amazing. If it's not the case, then it would be nice if, they could just add, this specific echo to another set. That's literally only on one. But yeah, that's what we are looking at right now. So it kind of sucks that there is a possibility that, Ciaccona will be probably one of Cartethia's best supports. Now, with that being said, it'll be, a similar situation to, was it Carlotta with Zeiji or Zany and Phoebe, the best in slot. But obviously, then there's still other characters you could use in that segment. It just won't be as strong as it could possibly be. Because, wait, oh, I just remembered. I just said earlier that Ciaccona increases arrow damage. I'm sorry, it's arrow erosion damage specifically. So, yeah. If that's the case, I could definitely see Cartethyia actually having synergy with arrow erosion. Because the limit is 3. With Rover, it goes up to 6. I wonder if Cartethyia will allow the cap to go up even higher. Or will it be like Zany, where it just changes the entire native status to something else that could stack even higher? Because, Zany's stacks go up so high past the initial 10 of the Spectral Frazzle. So I don't know. It's so many things going through my head right now that you just don't know where all this leads. But all this is to say is, even though Ciaccona is in a terrible spot, she is in a terrible spot, she actually still might hold value for future characters, that being Cartethyia, which is right after her, which is kind of weird and strange. But at the same time, usually how this goes is we should know what Cartethyia does before Ciaccona's banner even goes away. So that will allow people to still, see if they care enough to invest in a Ciaccona for Cartethyia, if they really do work great together. So that's the only bright side at the end of this long tunnel. But yeah, it's just a little food for thought, right? Like, this is the kind of things we gotta think about, considering we're playing a gacha game. And unless you're very lucky, you gotta be careful who you're pulling for, because when you lose a 50-50, it hurts. It's not like, I lost 2 50-50s back to back and I had to spend money to, make a difference. And now I'm just hoping that I can get Ciaccona early and also not lose the 50-50, because, I had to spend some money on 2 characters so far back to back because I've been losing 50-50s. But that's not here nor there. I stuttered, but hey, who cares about stuttering? But yeah, no. Lupa look fire. Cartethyia look fire. Ciaccona, I pray to God that you aren't needed. But I mean, for other people, because me personally, I'm going for it just because I want Rover to be useful, and not in like an annoying way where I'm just brute forcing it. Just like, I just want them to be able to use their whole kit. But also, we are obviously going to a new area with Lupa because she has a different little stignia thing behind her name that is not Renacita, and then also it's mentioned a different name in her little text breakdown thing that was on Twitter. So yeah, we're obviously going to a new area, so we're leaving Renacita already, which is kind of strange and weird. I wish we would go back to the 1.0 area and develop that a little bit more, but I guess we'll be moving forward. But anyways, that's all for this video. Hope you all enjoyed. Like, comment, subscribe, like good YouTube stuff. I'll see you in the next one. Love you guys, and bye-bye.